Hello. I'm going to start the day two, talking about folders. If you call, I discussed how to create a folder in the opening module, the welcoming message. I'm going to repeat that with trying to add in subfolders. All right, so I am in the document. If you can see at the top here, access, quick access, and I'm coming 3 levels down in documents. This is where I'm going to reteach this again. Okay, so if you haven't got a CIS folder, please process these steps with me. So I'm going to hover my mouse in this open area right here. When I right click on this open area and I come down to new, I should see a subfolder, submenu open up, and I'm going to click on folder. With a new folder established, I'm simply going to type in CIS and then click away. I've gotten our CIS folder. Now, I'm asking everybody to go inside and click inside CIS. So now you're in the CIS folder. You haven't saved anything inside this folder, and it is currently blank. Now, if I do this process again and I right click over the area, I get new, and I'm seeing the submenu that says folder again. Okay, so now I'm asking you guys to create another folder inside CIS. I'm going to call this module 1. All right, so as we get into downloading files, saving files, we're going to go inside the CIS folder and then try to go inside module 1. If I click inside module 1, there is nothing. All right, so if I retract, we have a CIS folder. Inside the CIS folder, we have a module 1 folder. For practicality, I'm going to create another folder here just to prepare us for the future. If I go new and I go folders and I type in then module 2, I'm just setting the stage that your file system now has a module 1 and module 2. We'll start the year in module 1 and move to module 2. As we get into module 3, 4, 5, I'll then be asking you to create, in addition, some additional module 3 and module 4 folders. Hello, as I continue, I'm going to be talking about bookmarks. Currently, I am logged into Office 365, and you can see in Microsoft Office bookmark here. Now, I'm using Chrome, but if you feel you want to use Internet Explorer, you can most certainly try to do that. The procedures of trying to set the bookmarks are a little bit different than the Chrome is, but I'm going to proceed reviewing bookmarks with you guys because I think it's going to be important for you guys to establish some bookmarks for not just this class but all your classes. And so if I look at this already, I already have a bookmark for Office 365, and if you're not logged into Office 365, please do so. So up in the right hand corner, if I were to click the 3 dots in Chrome and I pull this down, you will see something that says bookmarks. Now, it's currently my bookmarks are being shown. If I would deselect this check, then the bookmark bar would disappear. Okay, so for example, if I click that, you don't see the bookmark anymore. So if I come down to the 3 dots and come down to bookmarks again, I'm going to select the show bookmarks, so my bookmarks are being shown. Now, the first bookmark I'm going to establish here, which I already have with you, but I'm asking you guys to do it, is my Office 365. So if I was going to bookmark this tab and I click on this bookmark, this tab, you will see something that says Microsoft Office Home. So if I go done, it's already there, but you can see you should now be established with that bookmark. Okay, now I'm going to open up a new tab and I'm going to make an effort to Google Battlefield, and I see Battlefield comes up in the search, and I'm Googling for the most part Battlefield. I'm then going to click on Battlefield homepage, and you can see Battlefield populates. I now have Battlefield High School opened up here. All right, so I'm now going to establish another bookmark here within this, and I'm going to try to put Battlefield right here. So once again, if I pull down the 3 dots and I click on bookmarks and I say bookmark bookmark this tab, you can see it says Home Battlefield. Now, you can manipulate the verbiage inside here, as I am going to, simply extracting the word home. So it just reads Battlefield High School. And so when I just go done, you should now see a tab set here for Battlefield High School. All right, so we established now three bookmarks that you can easily get into. Now I'm going to go back to Office 365 and address to you now the waffle, because I want to bookmark one more page, a web resource page, but I'm going to talk about the waffle here real quick. When I pull down the waffle, and I'm going to be asking you guys to get into Canvas, but you can see real quick, the applications within the waffle, for the most part, is going to be the same applications on your wall here. So if I pull down the waffle and I scroll down, note that you see Zoom in this area and you see Canvas is in this area. Well, Zoom's here because I'm using Zoom, so it's populated up with part of these apps. But for the sake of right now, I'm going to right-click into Canvas, and I'm going to go open new tab. A lot of times by simply clicking on left-clicking Canvas, it's going to switch you out of the Microsoft Office 365. And I want to keep that tab open for the practicality right now. And so when I right-click over any of these and I say open in a new tab, it's going to open up a new tab. So at this time, you can see then my dashboard is coming open. And if I click down to CIS, I'm now going into CIS because I want to visit a web resource page that is nested in this. So I'm going to go to modules. And when I go to modules, you can see the software and web resources for CIS. And if I open up that, there is a red web resource that's called CIS. So if I'm going to now right-click over this link, just like I did before, trying to get into Canvas, and I say open in new tab, and I click that, you'll then should be able to see the CIS page open up. And what I'm trying to do here for the same reason is to bookmark this page as well. So now that the CIS page is open here, I'm going to easily bookmark this page. So if I go pull down the three dots in Chrome, go to bookmarks, and then if I say bookmark this tab, you can then see CIS, and I go done, and I now have established that CIS tab. Now, if I go back to Chrome real quick, please understand I have given you the Universal Lab 2122 followed by Bobcats for the login procedure. I'm going to be moving in that direction next to review some of that logistics. But at this particular time, moving forward, these are the simple three bookmarks I'm asking you guys to work through to put in your favorites, to be a more fluent and ready student as you get in from one class to the next. Hello, I'm now going to do a short and quick overview of Module 1. I'm going back and I'm inside the CIS modules, and I'm on the home. As I quickly now direct you guys to the module page, if you scroll down here again, first in the welcome message to web resources and page, understand that I'm going to be going to the CIS page, and these are the credentials. Okay, so if I quickly jump back to the modules and go into Module 1 Overview, what you see here is the overview page. Okay, the first level is the overview page. You see a link at the top, which shows you the web resources, and then if I scroll way on the bottom, you see also that same link at the bottom. Same link is going to take you to the same page. Now, what you see inside are screenshots. This is a screenshot inside Module 1. Here are the somewhat minor objectives. This is an area where you can do some potential links. Other resource, Edmodo, we'll be talking later about that. I have some notes referencing, oh, here, look, notes on bookmarks. I have some notes at the beginning of this course dealing with Office and Windows Essentials. And then you get down below here, you see the assignments, and there basically are 2-level assignments that I have for this module 1. And you see the quiz, which is no quiz. These are screenshots. These are just images that are projecting what this module is going to take place. So what I'm going to do with you guys, just like we did before, in practicality, if you click on where it says open link in new tab, instead of leaving this page, you make sure you open up another tab. So as I click on that link, you see the CIS page opens up. So again, the username and password is generic, universal. If I type in LAB 2022, and that's basically the class room number that be taught in, followed by Bobcats, okay? Typing in the word Bobcats, and then I will log in, okay? So practicality, I have now entered in the CIS web resource class. You can see first 9 weeks down below. If I click on the plus sign and open that, you see that this first 9 weeks has 4 units. If I click on, or 4 modules, if I click on module 1, excuse me, and that expands down, this is more of a live state of this unit. So, or these modules. Same thing you saw on Canvas, the screenshot, these are then becomes more of the live links in terms of getting through this page. So what we have here are notes on footers and downloads, which I will be discussing next, which would lead us then to more about jumping into this class. As I continue, once again, I'm inside module 1 of the CIS resource page. If I go back out, you would go into the first 9 weeks, okay, and then module 1. Again, I'm not going to read the objectives to you. Again, I'm providing you some web resources, online typing, if you wanted to improve your speed. We'll be talking about Edmodo later, but you can see the notes on footer and documents. This is where I'm going to have a lecture with creating a footer on a Word document and how to deal with downloads. So I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead to open up this page. If I right click on the link and open link in a new tab, sometimes a pop-up blocker or blocking some of these links. So by you guys right clicking and open link in a new tab, it's basically going to open up a new page. So what we have here is some minor notes dealing with the footer and downloads, all right? And what you see here is an image of what the footer perhaps may look like in a Word document. And I'm going to be asking you guys also to be doing this when you're turning in your assignments. You see something here that says the first name, first and last name, period number, computer station number, and date. And I use this while in the classroom. Now, you're not in the classroom right now, and you see the computer number. So as I'm working with you, I'm not going to be putting anything in this area. But whether I have you the second period for CIS, 5th period for CIS, 7th period for CIS, we will be putting a period in this area. So at this time, I'm going to open up a blank Word document. So again, it's on my taskbar, and as I click on the Word document on my taskbar, the Word basically opens up. So I'm going to quickly switch my screen here for a second to get myself over to the blank Word document, and you guys should be following me along. Now, I'm in I just opened up Word. And at the top left-hand corner where it says blank document is where I'm asking you guys to go. So I'm going to open up this blank document, simply double-clicking and opening up a blank Word document. As it loads up, please understand that your windows may be a little bit different, but this is how the Office 365, or this is how Word should be working with you guys. So as I open up this, you can see up at the top here, this is what you call a ribbon. Okay, we have tabs: home, insert, design, layout, reference, mailing, review, view, and help for right now. But this is what you call the ribbon, and the wording above, the verbiage above are tab oriented. Now, if I ask you guys to go over to the Insert tab, Insert tab is to the right of the home, Insert tab, and I come all the way over in the ribbon where it says Header and Footer. And if I click on Footer at this particular time, and I have it processed and open in, I'm just going to select on the first level one, which is blank. But you can see there's many different type of footers in this list that Microsoft is providing us. So if I just click on blank, it's going to drop me down. It's going to drop me down to the bottom of the page. There's a header up, which is up above, and the footer is down below. So if I quickly once again, flop myself back over to the notes to review what I'm going to be telling you, you can see I'm going to want to type in my first and last name, followed by the period, followed by the date, okay? Or I'm going to show you another method to put in a current date system. So as I quickly go back over to the Word document that we all should have open by this time, and I go right now down below where it says type here, I'm going to type my name, but you're going to be typing your name. If I type in my name here, for example, that's the first thing I want you to have in. Then if you're in one of my classes, and I'm making this up right now, let's say you're in my third period classes, I'm going to be typing third period. Now, it did say the date. And here's a good representation of how we can put in the date. I'm going to come up to the ribbon. And I'm going to wait a moment, but you guys should be able to find a date and time, okay? It's like a date and time stamp that'll automatically be put there. So if I click on the date and time stamp, you have a lot of different choices here, okay? All right, so I'm just going to go with the third one down, which displays the month, displays the number, what day it is of the month, and obviously the year. But this important thing I want you guys to check on is down at the bottom where it says update automatically. So at this particular time, I'm requesting you guys type in, click on the date that it's currently reading, followed by the timestamp. Now, it could be reading September 8th, 9th. I'm just doing, that's the date it current is that I'm making this video. All right, so if I go OK, you can see how the date automatically cements itself. Now, what's pretty cool about this, which I'm going to save this, we will not have to go back and change that date, because every time this document is saved, that date follows the date based on what your computer is reading. But here's the important thing now. I'm going to work with you of trying to save this document into the CIS folder module 1, or into the CIS folder. But I'm still in the header, and if you can see this close and header icon up here, I want to close out of the footer. Okay, so if I go down and just scroll down, I want everybody to scroll down to the bottom of the page so we can see something. You should see what you had typed in here. Understand that it is grayscale because it's not really part of the desktop or the desk front page of your document. It is classified as a footer, so it's kind of being hidden right now, but it should be also grayscale to you. So we have a document that we just put our name, period, and inserted the date. I'm now going to save this and trying to direct you guys to how to save documents and where to save your documents to. So if I go to File, and I'm asking you guys to go to File, and you pull down inside the backstage, and this is called the backstage from the file tab. This is called the backstage. So if I go into the save as, not save but save as, because I'm saving this for the first time, it's going to bring me up a save as dialog box or a location. And if I go browse, so I want save as browse, this is the save as dialog box. All right, save, browse, and look, it's actually pointing to the document folder of where you actually created your CIS folder, but where it's in the good location. So if I go ahead and right now double click on CIS, we should see the module 1 and 2 we somewhat created. Now, and if I go inside module 1, all right, now I have an area that I can save information to. So now I'm dropping down to below here to the file name. By default, Word is calling this document 1. I'm going to highlight and delete that and simply call this a template file. Template is the word I'm using, T-E-M-P-L-A-T-E, simply to create a document that has our nested footer in it. Now, if I do save, all right, we now should have save this document to that folder. All right, so I'm going to go and ask you guys to follow me. I want to go and somewhat look to see if I actually can't find that file where we just saved it to on the computer. All right, so if I go to the screen, and I'm going to have to minimize some stuff here for a second here, and I go to my directory at the top here, and you could see quick, and I click on documents, okay, the quick access, and I clicked on the documents, the third level down. I see that CIS folder, I see module 1, and that is the file. That is template file is the file we just created. So I use good management to repeat, and I'll repeat these steps. I went to file, let me go back to, file, save as, and we called it, and we went to the browse, and we went inside the save as, and we drilled into the documents, into the CIS folder, and saved that in the module. All right, so I hope you guys can understand that there's going to be a footer that you're going to have to use to put in documents at the bottom when even though the directions or the ebooks doesn't tell you to put your name at the bottom. This is my practice that I'm asking you guys to try to follow and turning in your assignments. Hello, now that we are done with the footer, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and close the Word document. If I take my mouse arrow up to the top right hand side, I'm simply going to hit the red X to close this template out. I'm now going to be asking you to jump back over to the web page that I had talked to you guys about the footer. I'm now moving in a direction and discussing a little bit about downloads. Okay, so this is a class that will ask for you to download many files during each module. You'll be working with an ebook, and the ebook will be asking you guys to load files up, and I will be giving you these files as links. All right, so I'm going to work with you right now in a practice to download these files in the download files area and then drag them over to your module. All right, so there's many ways you can get these files into your file folders, and I'll try to do my best to explain the details to you guys. So you see two links over here that say memo and schedule. These two files right here will also be used within the first two assignments. So I'm just working with them with you right now. So if I take my mouse and hover over the file called memo, and you see several links here. They say save link as. So I'm going to be asking you guys to click on this method by right-clicking. And I right-click a lot of my links, and I'm going to be right-clicking memo, and it says save link as. So when that save link as opens up, you most likely will get a dialog box. All right. So if I'm going to quickly share my screen with you guys, the dialog box. Okay, that's currently showing up on my screen, that it should be showing up on your screen. You see something that says memo. You see this PC and you see downloads. Now you have that capability of redirecting where you want this file to be downloaded. Right now, if I simply click download and I click download, that is actually taking it to the download folder. All right, and right here you can then open that file up if you wanted to. But let me go ahead and repeat these steps with you, but trying to direct you a different location. So if I go memo here and I do save as again, you'll see again this dialog box, and you can see the memo. I was successfully downloading it into the memo, but we have file folders in the document. So if I click on the document folder. I see the CIS folder because I'm in my PC, and understand you can get the documents right under quick access. It's loading up a couple locations on this side, organization quick access. But I'm going to be going into now my CIS folder, and I'm then going to double click into module 1. So I'm now ready to download this file, and now it has a 1 down here because you've already downloaded once. And so this is like telling you you're not going to need to rename it. So I'm actually going to back those 3 letters out. I'm in, if you look up above in this Save As dialog window, Documents, CIS Module 1, we have the template file. I'm going to download this memo into that template file. And so you should be able to see on the browser a download effect. And so if I go to that area of the browser, and if I go my file explorer, and I just want to investigate, if I go into the quick access and I say documents, I go into CIS and I go into module 1, I now see that memo file resting right there. So if I go back to the web page, and we were successfully downloading memos, and if I was going to take this and do it another time, but now I want to download schedule because this is going to be a downloaded file, I'm going to take the same approach. If I right click my mouse over schedule and I click on save link as, I should be able to get a downloaded the Save As dialog box loaded up, and look where it's pointing to now. It's pointing, my download is now pointing to module 1. But in case it wasn't, in case, let's say it by default you back to download, this is something that you have to check. Okay, I want to download it, and I can most certainly download it in this download folder, but I want to download it into my document folder, into my CIS inside module 1. This is the area that I'm going to want you to take your files to download. So if I hit the Save As, it's now downloading it. And of course, I can open this file right here if I wanted to, but I want to just do a quick check. And I'm going to go inside my file folder again. If I go into CIS, I go into module 1, I am now successful, and you should now be successful of downloading files into a file location where you will be working on them. And so at this particular time, if you follow this video, you should have a template file, a schedule, and a memo file right in this module 1 folder.